TheSmartLocal.com. Hi everyone, I'm Fauzi and welcome to a brand new episode of Word in the Street. With so many things happening in the world around us every single day, do Singaporeans even know what's happening in their own country? So that's why I'm taking the streets to find out if Singaporeans are truly as apathetic towards current affairs as they are thought to be. First question, how old are you guys?
25.
18. 23.
Do you pay attention to the news?
Not as much as I would like to. Sometimes I get too caught up with studies that I don't watch the news as much as I want to.
I like to read current affairs.
What are some ways you consume current affairs?
Local news on TV or sometimes on social media.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
What kind of news do you get usually?
About like celebrities.
I read the newspaper almost every day.
Wow.
And then I subscribe to a few Telegram channels. So they give you updates on like today and the Straits Times.
What was one of the most recent pieces of news that you've read of or heard of before?
The cancellation of the building of the high-speed railway from Singapore to Malaysia, I think.
Whether or not America and North Korea is going to meet in Singapore.
They explain about how they extend the iceberg to like 3 times bigger than last time.
When it comes to politics and current affairs, do you guys usually talk about it, and with whom do you usually talk about it with?
With my parents, general election or stuff like that. Then I'll talk about it with them.
My friends. Not supremely often, but it comes up pretty often. Yeah, we talk about it in general.
We discuss with each other. Sometimes we'll talk about it and we'll share articles with each other when we see interesting ones.
Since we're talking about current affairs, we've got a little quiz. We're going to test you how well you know what's happening around the world and in Singapore. Who is Malaysia's new Prime Minister?
I know his face, but I don't know his name.
Mahathir?
Mahathir.
Very good. Announced in this year's budget, Singapore's GST is set to increase from how many percent to how many percent sometime between 2021 and 2025.
From 7% to 10%, I think.
Okay, you got half correct.
7 to 9.
7 to 9.
You're correct. It is 7 to 9%. In the 2018 cabinet reshuffle, right? The 3 female ministers, the most we've had in Singapore's history. Can you name at least one female minister?
I only know like Xia Xue want to run like
That is news.
It's graceful.
Yes, it is graceful. She is a minister for culture, community and youth.
Johnny Raja.
Okay, good. That's your answer. What's your answer?
Current female minister.
Yes.
Josephine Teo, is she?
Congratulations, both of you each got one right. Now, the reason why I'm asking these questions is because I want to find out whether Singaporeans are truly as apathetic towards current affairs, towards politics, as they're thought to be. Do you think Singaporeans are apathetic towards current affairs? Why or why not?
I think the younger Singaporeans nowadays are quite apathetic with what's going on with the politics. We are comfortable with our own life.
Half the time compared to international affairs where it's just so much more like on a wider scale and you read more about it. Compared to local stuff, you just don't know as much.
They still kind of care, but more of the issues they are more concerned with.
I think people are not apathetic, but maybe we are a bit afraid to share with others about what we think.
Do you think it's important for Singaporeans to be interested and knowledgeable about current affairs?
Whatever happens globally can affect us as well. So obviously we should know about that. But yeah, we should also know the local news.
If you're working, then like you go overseas like as a delegate or something. Then if other people bring up with you, then at least you know what's going on. Then you can share a conversation there rather than sit there in awkward silence.
For us, we are in the voting age. So extremely important to know what you're voting for and not just like follow the norm or be okay with the status quo.
How do you think we can encourage more Singaporeans to gain awareness about what's happening in Singapore and in the world?
Well, I think that nowadays the youths are actually heavily involved in social media. So I think that social media is a perfect way to actually spread awareness.
I think it's like through influencer is better. Nowadays people always like follow this influencer or that influencer. They always get all the information through celebrities and all.
Right now the news, it may be quite boring for us young people. So maybe it can be more interesting in terms of like cartoon or comic that will attract our attention.
It's actually a very interesting way to promote news. During the recent US election, right? A lot of social media was a buzz about Donald Trump and his election into office, right? Do you think we as Singaporeans can propagate more kind of awareness of Singaporean politics via social media?
Social media is a powerful tool, so I think there's a possibility, but not to such a large scale.
I'm a bit hesitant to say because I think it might be a bit dangerous to go down the social media path of propagating news because you might sort of go into that sensationalizing trap again. But maybe it could be explored lah.
I would doubt the authenticity of like the news actually on social media. So it's like quite contradicting. I'm not sure if it's a good platform.
Do you think it's important for local celebrities or local influencers to talk a little bit more about issues pertaining to the country?
The ones that I've seen are generally not known for being very either sensitive or tactful when it comes to global issues. I mean, if they want to, sure, but I feel like they should, be a bit more respectful.
The context in Singapore, it might be a little bit more sensitive, but I do agree that influencers and celebrities should step up because people actually follows them more than they actually follow news, sadly. Yeah, so if celebrities and influencers actually take a step forward and actually promote the news, I think it will get the so-called the fans more involved.
My take is that the onus is more on us, more on the youth to like sort of be more discerning because celebrities has always been around. I think maybe a little bit of education will go a long way for the youths to know when and what they should listen to on social media.
Do you think Singaporeans voice out their concerns about politics and current affairs enough? And do you think we have a platform to do so?
I think we do not voice out enough. We don't dare to do it as well, just in case we accidentally offend anyone or break any rules.
I think we talk about it quite a lot to friends, to people around them. Like for some opinions, for example, the view towards the government policies and all that, it would be good if we can find somewhere to really tell the government.
I don't think we express them enough. Although sometimes when we express them, we end up being keyboard warriors.
We want to make Singapore a better place. We should get the opinions of everyone. People should also voice out their opinions more, but just try to be mindful of our way of speaking and how we deliver the message.
Any last words of people out there watching this video?
I think that everyone should really read more news and get yourself more involved. Be aware of what's happening around us right now.
It's also important to be discerning. Don't trust everything you read, and it's important to think about things when you read.
I'll go read out on current affairs.
You better listen. After you watch the video, you must listen to your advisor. Surprisingly, most of the people we spoke to knew a thing or two about what's happening in the world. And while most agreed on the importance of keeping updated with the current affairs of Singapore and the world, it is worth noting that most people are consuming their news via social media. That's it for this episode of Word in the Street. To watch all other episodes, you can click over here. As always, you can like, share and subscribe. And until next time, bye!